Yes, folks, the climate change hysteria that is permeating the West right now is really getting out of hand. It could even be defined as a climate change alarmist syndrome. We've seen school children protesting worldwide, and as we speak, there are Extinction Rebellion protests going on around the world today. So we can expect to see hundreds of people who are suffering from the syndrome supergluing themselves to buildings and roads all around the place today. Meanwhile, the Al Gores and the David Attenboroughs who are causing the hysteria line their pockets.
We've just returned from reporting on the warming Arctic and witnessing the impact of sea level rise it's causing in places like the Solomon Islands, places that you visited during your career. How much have those places changed?
If it was your home and the house in which you'd lived in, the water is coming through the floor, but imagine, and who's responsible for it? We're responsible for it. People all around the world of the industrialized nations are responsible for it.
Yeah, and of course, Obama pushes the same sea level rise propaganda.
The 12 warmest years in recorded history have all come in the last 15 years. Last year, temperatures in some areas of the ocean reached record highs, and ice in the Arctic shrank to its smallest size on record, faster than most models had predicted it would. These are facts. Now, we know that no single weather event is caused solely by climate change. Droughts and fires and floods, they go back to ancient times. But we also know that in a world that's warmer than it used to be, all weather events are affected by a warming planet. The fact that sea level in New York Harbor, are now a foot higher than a century ago.
Yes, but does Obama actually believe a word he says about the sea level rise? Well, of course he doesn't. Now, this is a home that he has just purchased on Martha's Vineyard for about 10 million bucks. And you can clearly see it's at sea level. So why did he buy this? And there's the home. Yes, you can see it's at sea level. So he obviously doesn't believe a word he says. He's lying. But people like Greta believe people like Obama.
This is all wrong. I shouldn't be up here. I should be back in school on the other side of the ocean. Yet you all come to us young people for hope. How dare you? You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words, and yet I'm one of the lucky ones. People are suffering. People are dying. Entire ecosystems are collapsing. We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you?
And of course, this young girl also believes liars like Obama.
We're not going to be here for much long because of the climate crisis. We only have a few months left. I love that you support the Green Deal, but it's not getting rid of fossil fuel. It's not going to solve the problem fast enough. A Swedish professor saying, we can eat dead people, but that's not fast enough. So I think your next campaign slogan has to be this: we got to start eating babies. We don't have enough time. There's too much CO2. All of you, you're a pollutant. Too much CO2. We have to start now, please. You are so great. I'm so happy that you really support a New Green Deal, but it's not enough. You know, even if we would bomb Russia, we still have too many people, too much pollution. So we have to get rid of the babies. That's a big problem. Just stopping having babies is not enough. We need to eat the babies, and this is very serious. Please give a response.
Thank you. No, thank you. Thank you. We'll go ahead.
Okay.
No, we'll go ahead. It's so no. Yeah, no. Thank you. So I think yeah, no. So one of the things that's very important to us is that we need to treat the climate crisis with the urgency that it does present. Luckily, we have more than a few months. We do need to hit net zero in several years.
Yeah, so that's how she responds to a girl that says we should eat babies. She didn't even say no to eating babies. And Ocasio-Cortez doesn't even take responsibility for her own words.
Our planet is going to face disaster if we don't turn this ship around. And so it's basically like there's scientific consensus that the lives of children are going to be very difficult. And it does lead, I think, young people to have a legitimate question. You know, is it okay to still have children?
Yes, folks, people like Al Gore, David Attenborough, Obama and Ocasio-Cortez have a lot to answer for. They are the ones driving this hysteria, and they really don't care about how much damage they are causing.